Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the English super middleweight champion, Mr. Mark Jeffers. How are you doing today, Mark?
Oh God, oh God, just back from training. So, yep, steady day.
Happy days, mate. Saw you briefly at the weekend, as I mentioned off camera in Barnsley for Callum Simpson defeating was actually to become the British champion. What were your thoughts on Callum's win? I know he's a stable mate of yours and look potentially down the line a future opponent.
Yeah, I thought it was good in spells. Um, but there was a lot of the time he was smothering his own work. Uh, it could have made it a lot easier for himself. I thought it weren't the best of performances, if I was being truthful. And then Shelley, times again, he was using his jab out jabbing Simpson, and then just going back from corner to corner, um, doing a lot of things wrong. Which if he swapped it around, he'd have had a decent chance of winning. But it is what it was.
You obviously been in the ring and defeated Zach Chelli for that English title. Did it sort of play out the way you expected it to from Chelli's perspective?
Yeah, I thought Simpson would just be a bit too big for him, uh, outwork him, and that's what he did. Like I said, he kind of smothered a lot of his own work. It weren't the best fights to watch, but he got the win, and I suppose that's all he was bothered about.
Is Chelli a difficult man to have a big sort of occasion, a big TV fight in the opposite corner? Because as you said there, he sort of does a lot of spoiling. He doesn't make it easy, and it's quite difficult to have a pretty good looking performance against someone like Zach Chelli.
Um, you can make it tough. When I boxed him, I thought I made it pretty easy just from using my feet. To be honest with you, uh, I could. They're saying, "Oh, he's tough to read." I didn't find him too tough to read. So that big overhand right coming from a mile away. But obviously, everyone's got their own style, haven't they?
And now with Callum being the British champion, you're obviously the English champion. Is that a fight that you can see in the future, if not very soon down the line?
Yeah, definitely. I spoke with Kev, my manager today. Obviously, he manages Callum. I don't think they want to make that fight just yet. But yeah, it's definitely a fight. Maybe next July, August, when the footy season's finished, and I'll try and I'll hopefully have the European title by then. So try and make that. You're more than likely going to sell that out for the European and British at the time it'll be. So yeah, that's I think the plan they're going with. I said I'm happy fighting next. Um, but by the sounds of it, they want to try and build that up and make it a massive fight.
You think Callum wants that fight next?
Yeah, I'm certain Callum's up for that fight. Definitely.
Yeah.
I spoke to him. I actually spoke to him before he boxed Zach at the weekend. He come and said hello, and but yeah, he won't be docking it. I know that, and neither will I. I think it's more on the financial side, make it a bigger fight as possible.
I know we've spoken about this a little bit before, but you seem to be in a position where you've got that English title. You've beaten Zach Kelly, who was until the weekend the British champion. These opportunities don't seem to be coming too easily for you. Is it sort of frustrating that you've got wins over these guys, but you're not quite in the positions that some of the names are in?
Yeah, yeah. It can be frustrating if I let it frustrate me, but I kind of just got to crack on, do my own thing, stay in the gym, do my PTs, keep busy outside the gym, and yeah, just keep focused on it. If I looked at every negative, then yeah, it probably would do me head in. But yeah, I've just got to keep winning, and my chance should come for a mega fight like Simpson at Barnsley. Sell that out.
How close are we to hearing some fight news for yourself?
Um, we're still waiting. What's happening with the European? They don't know if Sadjo's going to vacate it or if he's going to do what with it. So, listen, that's the fight I'm desperate for. Kevin Sadjo fight. It's just getting that made.
Yeah. Is that something you can see realistic by the end of the year, getting that European title round your waist and then mega fights into 2025?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the plan. Try and get Sadjo. If you can't get Sadjo and he vacates it, then be in a position where I'm in mandatory position. I think I'm ranked number 2 or 3 in Europe now, so I'm pretty much there. My last fight that was meant to be. I think they tried getting Sadjo for that. He didn't take it. They tried making it for the mandatory. The mandatory he pulled out. So it's just one of those. Just keep going.
Another signing that Boxer have made fairly recently is Chris Eubank Jr. Obviously in and around the weight, for predominantly at middleweight recently, but was more than happy to go up to 168 for Canelo Alvarez. Look, is that a possible fight somewhere down the line? I know Eubank said that he wants, in his words, a couple of warm-up fights. From his perspective, he might see someone like you as a warm-up fight.
Yeah, I highly doubt he'd risk that. He's he's a massive he's a household name. He's not gonna uh, fight me. No, unfortunately not. I wish he would, but yeah, I'm not daft enough to know he's not going to be fighting somebody like me.
What do you see as a warm-up fight for Chris Eubank Jr.? Who do you think he would see as a warm-up fight?
I don't know. Uh, you're asking wrong, man. To be honest, I don't follow boxing enough to know who's ranked in where. To be honest with you, so yeah, you're asking wrong, man, for that one.
I mentioned Canelo there, from the Chorley to Canelo to the man himself over the weekend. He obviously got the win over Israel Madrimov. Um, uh, Terence
Crawford,
Crawford, sorry, Crawford
yeah.
got the win over Madrimov, but there's a lot of talk about Crawford against Canelo down the line. A number of weights would have to be jumped, obviously, to get up to that 168 limit. Do you think that's a possible move for Crawford to get up to that weight?
Yeah, I'm sure he can do it. When you're making that much money, doesn't matter how much weight you've got to put on. I don't think you're too bothered. That's probably £100 million fight. So yeah, I don't think he's too fussed.
Do you think what do you think has to be done technically to make up that amount of weight and not show the sort of not show the negatives and sort of accentuate the positives when you're coming up so many weights against someone like Canelo?
Um, I, I think you just got to use his boxing skills. I wouldn't. He's obviously going to be the smaller man in there. Um, he's obviously unbelievably talented. Southpaw. Canelo has struggled with southpaws in the past. I think was it Lara watched a couple of his fights with southpaws, and he's not looked brilliant. Um, so yeah, he's obviously can't match him for the size, but he's just got to use his boxing IQ, which is obviously one of the best in the world at.
Where do you believe Canelo is in his career at the moment? Do you think he's got a lot of fights left, or do you think we're at a position where we're looking at the last year or two of his career?
Yeah, I can't see him fighting much longer than two more years. He's obviously he's still a monster, but you look at his last few performances. That's not the Canelo of old. I know he keeps saying it is, but you see his feet slowing down. He can obviously still punch, but his work rate's dropped massively. I think it's going to be he'll end up getting beat off somebody who he probably wouldn't be fit to lace his gloves a couple of years ago. I think that's how it's going to end for him.
We know he's facing Edgar Berlanga next, Puerto Rico against Mexico. It's a big opportunity for Berlanga, who's not really fought at that top world level. You could probably just about say that he's fought at fringe world level. Do you think he could be a man to shock Canelo?
Yeah, I've never watched him. Like I said, I don't watch loads, but probably somebody of that. Like I said, I don't know enough about him, but from what I've heard, somebody at that level, Canelo probably will get bit off soon, um, just from age. He's a lot of tough fights. He's boxed into was what 15, 16, been professional, and he's had a lot of massive fights. So it is going to catch up with it one day, and it'll be a shame to see him get beat off somebody who shouldn't even be in a ring with him a few years ago.
And just bring it back to yourself. You obviously achieved a position where you're the English champion, and you're now looking towards the European Championship with Boxer and now and all that backing behind you. What is the belief like in your camp that you can really achieve something special in this sport?
Yeah, I've always had self belief. It wouldn't really matter to me if no one thought I could beat such and such a body, Kevin Sadjo, whoever, Charlie fight. Not really anyone give me a chance for that. It doesn't really bother me what anyone thinks, as long as I know myself how good I will be, and how much and how fast I'm improving in the gym. The little things in the gym, I'm definitely world level. A lot of the stuff, still a few things I need to work on. Once I get all that round, I do believe I'll be certainly one of the best on the planet.
But with having Boxer and Sky behind you, there's a lot of eyes on your performances now. Is that something that was maybe missing earlier in your career that you're able to sort of get a little bit more across with having those eyes on Mark Jeffers?
Yeah, obviously that makes a massive difference. Being on Sky, getting that exposure. Obviously, I had a big knockout win last time. The fight before that, lost my hand in the second round. That was just about getting the win after that second round. And then obviously the Chelly fight before that. So, and that was on 2 weeks' notice. I still believe no one's seen anywhere near what I can do on a full camp with the right opponent.
I might appreciate the time, mate. Hopefully we'll get that European title fight towards the end of the year, and yeah, we'll catch up soon, mate.
Nice one for having me on.